2026. Miss Amanda, can we get a roll call, please?
Mr. Anthony,
Here.
Ms. Dominguez, Mr. Duncan, Mr. Moore,
Here.
Mr. Piazza,
Here.
Ms. Richards, Mr. Toller, Mr. Westmoreland.
Yes, President.
All right, item B is Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Piazza, will you lead us, please?
Yes, sir. My pleasure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, item 2A, consider approval of the Tangipahoa Parish School System Board meeting minutes of February 24th, 2026. Motion by Mr. Toller, second by Mr. Westmoreland. Any opposition to approving the minutes?
Negative.
All right, motion carries with no opposition. Item 3, academic update, 2026 model schools update. Dr. Fussell?
Maybe the team can come help unveil this. And I
all
don't know,
supposed to
maybe we
be.
need to come in front of the podium. Okay, so we received, is it upside down?
Nope, that's it.
We received this week from Model Schools. We just found out that we had asked to present at the Model Schools, the National Model Schools Conference. That'll be in Orlando in June. And we are one of 8 districts that have been labeled an innovative school district based on our growth and our innovative structures that we're using for that growth. So we're actually presenting on our learning community model, and we have our district IL team, our executive team members that are going. And I'm super proud of our, I know everybody is, but some of you went to that conference a few years ago and with the team.
I want to go.
You want to get out?
I want to go.
No, I think we might want to go. I know it's a big deal, but today we had Dr. Thornell, who actually works with us on a strategic plan. He said, you know, they don't just give these out, right?
No.
Like, they don't, you're out of thousands of 8 that get to do this. And I remember, I just have to share this for my Hammond High peeps, because we actually met the model schools. They were then called the Center for Schools now. They're model schools then, Dr. Bill Daggett. Hammond High 26 years ago maybe, we went to one of the first conferences, and I said, I would love to present there one day, 20-something years ago. And then we went a few years ago, and I was walking with Miss Stilley, and I said, Miss Stilley, when I go hear them, they're not doing anything we're not doing. Like, we're doing these things that they're doing. And but then when they came to our district, and they actually went on one of our learning walks, and he called and he said, Lisa, you all need to put in your proposal to present, because I'm recommending you to present, and we don't always know or think about what we do. And he told our principals today. He told our principals, he said, people talk about doing it. You all are doing the structures that people talk about. So Ms. Stilley will probably want to add to it, but they sent us this that we're going to hang up in our lobby, and we're presenting in June, and I know that Ms. Stilley will take care of any of you who would like to be there to hear our presentation.
Yes.
We're going to hang it up here. Mr.
Awesome.
We're going to keep it up here a minute.
Hang it up. Look, we'll just pin it up to the board.
Right underneath the board. We're innovative. By the way, there are other school districts attending, but not as an innovative in the state of Louisiana. We're the only one that's actually an innovative district. The rest of them are maybe have a school presenting. And then I just have to say this as well, while y'all are thinking about what you attend, we have multiple people presenting at the Teacher Leader Summit in May. We have a number of our academic team members presenting, and I believe even maybe with them, sometimes our character strong, and we have some on the panel for workforce apprenticeship that we're very proud of.
Yeah. We're very proud of a lot of our schools and teacher leaders out there who make it a point to go and tell other people about what they're doing in their schools, and I think that's really good. When I'm always super proud when I see Tangi on the agenda with one of the breakout sessions, but I'd be super proud this year for being listed in the agenda as an innovative district. Thank you.
Good job.
Amazing.
All right, thank you. All right, item 4, superintendent reports and recommendations. Ms. Stilley.
Yes. Dr. Purcell, are you going to do the proclamation? So so March is Music in Our Schools Month, and on the Coffee Talk today, we had Mr. James Square, who was our guest, and he talked to us about the plan that he and Dr. Williams worked on back, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago to really build music back in our schools. One of the things that happens over the course of decades is when there's budget cuts, a lot of times music is the first thing that's cut. But this board has been very supportive of music in our schools and bringing back music. And so be sure to watch the Coffee Talk that aired today. And actually, all this month, we're going, for the month of March on our Coffee Talk, we're going to highlight some of our students that are in music, some of our bands, really highlight them. We'll be on the road with the Coffee Talk and going into some of our schools. So stay tuned for that. And Dr. Purcell has a proclamation that we'd like you to consider for approval.
And I wanted to add, Ms. Tilley, I think Mr. McNeely mentioned this Saturday. If you were at the Parade of Champions, if you remember when we started and we did not have the number of bands and medals with that, you witnessed the investment that you've made. And we do have a non-negotiable that schools cannot just get rid of art or music. That has to be an approved program that has to be part of their schedule. So in this proclamation, which is short, I'm going to say whereas once and then say the statements underneath. So whereas for more than 40 years, March has been officially designated by the National Association for Music Education as Music in Our Schools Month, encouraging communities across the nation to focus on music education. And music education is part of a well-rounded education for every student, as outlined in Every Student Succeeds Act. The purpose of this celebration is to raise awareness of the lasting positive impact of music education on the academic, personal, and professional growth of our students. Music education shapes the way our students understand themselves and the world around them, allowing for a deep engagement with learning. Music in Our Schools Month reminds us that school is where all children should have access to music, and music educators, students, and communities throughout Louisiana demonstrate the importance of quality music education programs to the lives of young people. Whereas the state of Louisiana joins our music students, educators, and communities in celebrating the power of music education, we ask our Tangipahoa Parish School Board to adopt this proclamation that we will share with our teachers and students.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Toller and a second by Mr. Piazza. Right, I'm going to go out on a limb and say there is no opposition to this motion. Would that be all right? Okay, all right. That being said, motion carries. Thank you. All right.
Item 4B, general updates. Just wanted to acknowledge our work awards program Friday night in a meet. Big turnout. I know many of you were there. But we had what I refer to as the dream team that makes that happen, gets everything set up, gets it ready. Of course, we want to thank the Tangipahoa Parish Fair Board for allowing us to use their building. It was able to accommodate 700 people, and so we're very thankful to be able to honor our students and honor our teachers and principals like we did on Friday night. And then the Crew of Champions on Saturday. We also had another dream team in the parking lot organizing the cars. I don't want to start naming them because I'll probably forget some of the people who were actually out there organizing the cars and the floats. But, we can have ideas, but it takes people like the people we have in the district, our dream teams, to really make it come true. And it was a wonderful event. Now, we did have some students and teachers that were not able to make the event on Friday night, like maybe they had a basketball game or a baseball game. I know Independence High had a playoff game. So what we plan to do is at our next board meeting on March the 24th, anyone, all those that were not able, we had a few that wasn't able to make it, we're going to recognize them at the board meeting on the 24th. So
That was the 17th.
I don't know, is it the 24th or the 17th?
I thought it was the 17th.
Mr. President?
It's, as far as I know, we were thinking about moving from the 17th because we thought that some of the people would still be in Kentucky, but that's no longer the case.
So-
It was moved to the 24th because the 17th were out.
No.
April.
That's the April one. And April may move. I'll go ahead and give y'all a little update now because the first April meeting is supposed to be it's supposed to be the 7th, which is Easter week, so we may have to move that meeting as well.
So at our next
But the
meeting.
17th should be on, correct, Ms. Amanda?
I still have it for the 24th. Come on.
Okay.
So, Ms. Tilly, while you're talking about that, what about like our athletic, you know how I always do academic all-stars and stuff? Are we going to do that this year?
Yeah, we usually do that a little later.
A little, okay.
But we're going to recognize any of our student of the years and stuff at the next board meeting, whenever that falls, in March. So we kept their certificates. I know the principals were here today, and they were wanting to take the certificates back to school and give it to their people. And so we asked them that, we're going to notify them that we'll do it on March 24th, because we want to properly, it's hard to plan something where it's not a conflict. There's always something going on. And so many of our people were able to go, but we did have a few that couldn't make that event. And so we want to do that at the next board meeting. And that's all I have, Mr. President.
Good, thank you. All right, item 5 is board acknowledgement, and I'll start with Ms. Richards since she should be refreshed right now, right?
I'm here and I'm good. I made it off the cruise. I'm good.
Any comment for you?
No.
You good, Mr. Tolan?
Just quickly, I'll just say that the parade was great. The awards thing the other night was put together well, well attended. I had a chance today to go to the Independence, to the Career Center. Beautiful facility. I walked more of it today than I had before, but it did remind me how much difference it can make when you have floors, paint, ceiling tiles, lights. You can make an older school look extremely good. So I just want to keep pushing that, but that's it.
All right, Ms. Piazza?
Um,
Sorry.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Hold on,
you-
Mr. Piazza, pause.
I'm
Ms.
so glad you
Dominguez
skipped
said she
Ms.
wants to go
Dominguez.
first.
Oh, no.
Ladies first.
Oh, you done
All right,
passed.
Ms. Dominguez, go ahead.
Well, before he jumps in and says, we were invited yesterday to Punchville High School because our principal of the year hosted people who were in this class with the State Department to, if they wanted to become a principal. And so it was quite an honor for our school to do that, and the room was full of people. Golly, I don't even know, it must have been 40 people. But I tell you what, I don't know, these two guys, we talked about it, we learned a lot just of what they do that I wasn't even aware of, especially in our sped department. I did not realize they were going out to the stores in town and actually working a job on Mondays and then doing Impact Fridays, and I didn't realize that they were doing all this now. So it was great, real proud that we were able to host all those people from all over the state of Louisiana that were aspiring to be a principal. And then
Can I add to that?
It was
Mr. Dominguez?
amazing, yeah.
Well, Dean and I went by later after the board members had been there, and the group, and the leaders of that group was just commenting on the board coming that morning, and they were just pleasantly surprised at, that y'all were there, that you were engaged, and all of that. So I want to kudos to you all for going.
That was
Yeah.
nice, that was nice. But then you were talking earlier about Mr. Square. We all love Mr. Square with the music, and he used to be the band director at Punchville High. And he's done such amazing things since he's retired. It's amazing. But I did hear him tell you that on March 12th and the 20th at Punchville High School, they're going to be doing those end-of-the-year little programs where they'll recognize all of our high school students that are in those music classes and also the elementary. So on March the 12th and the 20th, they'll be putting out some information, I guess, on
And I
that.
think the 12th is high school age band.
I think that's what he said,
And then
yeah.
the 20th is the elementary.
And then the other thing I wanted to mention was, we all remember Amber Gardner, who was one of our, teachers, principal, and she was our supervisor. The Strawberry Board recognized her Saturday night at the ball for being a Row of Fame recipient for all of the things she had done over the years for the community. And just as a reminder, Ms. Fazell, and to our principals and our staff, our well, we laugh, we call ourselves the has-beens, but our Louisiana Strawberry Preserves is a nonprofit organization that was formed with all of the former royalty for over the years. And we created that program. It's an awards program, and anybody can enter it. Any of our employees that have, students that would like to participate, and all that information was sent out. They just have to do something education-wise for our students to participate. And then the teacher gets an award for, we're going to give some awards based on 3 different levels. So Ms. Fazell, if you could make sure that we just kind of do another little send out on that, because it's open now and it will close in April. And so we really want to, that's to honor Amber and really appreciate, that she was part of us and that she was also part of Strawberry Festival. So, and then I would like to shout out to my sister-in-law who also got the other award, Denise Fletcher. She's been working at First Guarantee Bank for 45 years, and she had a litany of things that I had even forgot she had done, and they recognized her for being a really strong community advocate, and she has helped all of our schools in Ponchatoula over the years. And I mean, she's got Guarantee Bank to purchase the state championship rings and just multitudes of things over the years. So they recognized her, so we were all proud of her. So just kudos to Denise Fletcher, my sister-in-law.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Moore.
I'm going to pass the time right on down to.
Hey, there you go, man. Look at that. The biggest thing I had, and I wanted to echo off Ms. Stilley, the awards night was amazing. It was good to see all of our staff. That was kind of a lovely item that I've been asking for a long time, and I'm so happy that it finally came to fruition. It was amazing, but really kudos to the team that's behind the scene, the executive team. Guys, after it was all done, I stayed behind because I didn't want to get caught in the traffic. Just looking at what all went into that and what they were still doing as people were pouring out of the building. They shoveled 5 things of cookies in my lap, and they've done a great job, and I want to thank your executive team because I know a lot of that. I've done a lot of events over the years with nonprofits, and there's a lot that goes into those things that get unseen. And for your executive team to pull off what they did for their first year, amazing, absolutely amazing. Other than that, like I said, not really a lot going on. We've got a lot of things going on in the district, not a lot with me. There is one thing I did want to say, and it's one thing that if you're an educator, you'll understand what I'm about to say. One of the worst moments in your lives is when one of your former children pass away. I had one of my students that I taught, a very good young man that I wish I was as good a man as he was. And I'm not going to lie, the kid never had a frown on his face. He never was mad. He never was frustrated. He never had excuses. His work ethic was beyond compare. While everybody was talking about Devontae Smith, I was talking about Devontae Lee. The boy not only performed well on the field, he performed well in the community, in his classes, and with his friends. He was an amazing young man. You take football out of it, he was just a very, very good young man. So my condolences go out to his family, his mother, who was his backbone. I can honestly say I met her a few times with football because I had the pleasure of coaching him and being his teacher. And there's not a day that goes by that I'm not going to miss that young man. He showed my family a lot of love, and he was definitely one of mine. And so my heart goes out to him. His service will be this Saturday. I will be attending, and like I said, I want the condolences to go out to his family. Like I said, yes, he's from A-Meet. Yes, he's a former Warrior, but one of my former students and a very, very exemplary young man.
All right. You got that. So.
Yeah, but the services will be at Faith Temple Church in Independence at 1:00.
Okay. Mr. Westmoreland, do you have anything?
Just like to echo that, we were in attendance. The awards program was very, very, very nice. Proud to be a part of that, and the Parade of Champions was just as well. Very organized, and a lot of bands in it. It was a real good parade if you missed it.
Mr. Tiller, do you have anything else to add? No. Okay, thank you. And I'd like to echo how great administration did on both the awards program and the parade. So thank you all for that. And I did want to kind of mention what Rose talked about with Dr. Caminita, which I think this was really smart for her to tell all these principals, but she said, you know, she's one of the ones that uses her board members. Like if she needs something, she calls and says, I need whatever the case happens to be, help, come help me monitor a lunch period. Hey, what are we gonna do about this broken, whatever she has that's broken? And I do wanna recommend that if any principals are watching, that call your board members if you have a problem. Sometimes it can maybe help your problem get solved faster. And oftentimes it might not be a problem, but you have something that you just want us to be there for your kids. And obviously that's kind of our main role. We can't make everything, but I know that everybody tries to be present as much as possible. Sorry about the confusion with the meeting schedule. There's been something that's going on oftentimes with the schools or with the board, so we are going to get that straight. As a reminder, the meetings are scheduled on the first and third Tuesdays of the month, and we always try to adhere to that. But sometimes there's an issue with board members being out of town for a school board related event, or there's an event at a school, or we're on vacation, which has happened multiple times this year, and it figures with my inexperience as being president, it would all happen right at the beginning of that time. That being said, I'll try to do better to make sure I'm communicating with all of you guys and also that we're communicating with the public going forward. And that's all I got. Unless we have any public comment, which would be next, which I don't believe that we do. All right, with no public comment and no further business, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.